What's up, guys? We are back with another auction walk around here. Today they have a few decent cars just on the first glance. Let's get in here and see what they got for us today. We have a 2003 Volkswagen Passat here. The mileage is unknown. However, no immediate body damage. Pop this thing open. Seats are pretty dirty. This thing hasn't been driven in a long time. That window is broken over there. I'm sure that's why all this dust and stuff is in here. Back door is locked. Body is fairly good. A little bit of faded paint, nothing too crazy there. The back's got spark plugs, dirt, and you just see the dirt sitting on top of this black leather. I mean, if you clean it off, it'll be a pretty good whip, I think. Well, looking whip rather, and it does have a sunroof, so there's a plus there. We have a Monte Carlo, and this is a 2007 Monte Carlo. Might need a tire there. Might need a tire there. Might need a pump up on that one. This one has 174,000 miles. It is leather interior. This looks like a pretty good buy here. It is leather interior. Smells pretty decent in here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Back seats look fairly good. They look really good actually compared to what I thought it was gonna be. So you guys see the back of it is really good. No body damage, and it is E85 capable. So I think this will be a pretty good buy right here as well. We just finished the walk. Looks pretty decent if you ask me. So next up we have a 2009 Chevy Malibu here. Looks really good as well. 215,000 miles on the dash. Interior, it has the suede Alcantara-ish middle part, but it's pretty worn in here. 215,000 miles in one of these cars, man, I'm sure it's worn. We got a baby car seat back here. We'll just peep out the other side, but let's just take a walk around. Body is fairly in the body is in pretty good condition here. Pretty good condition here. I don't know if these doors just don't work, but only one of them open seems like, and they're all like unlocked, I guess. They have the Suge Knight and Tupac BMW here. Little 5 Series. You're gonna need a little vent right there, nothing too crazy. This one is unknown mileage. It is a 97. So this is the actual one that Tupac and Biggie Smalls was driving. So the interior on this is pretty whooped. I'm sure that's where the phone and stuff went right there. Tan interior. You guys know to stay away from that. But it's pretty spacious in this, so I would see why they would be riding in this. And they got the little ashtray in the back, all player and stuff. So that's pretty cool. The 740. Nice little 740 though. It could be a lot worse. And it's actually in good condition, so you can actually, if anything's wrong with this, just throw a LS in it. That's what I would feel comfortable doing. We have a 2014 Ford Focus. It looks like the hood has been replaced, or spray painted over rather. We got a little splitter hanging down there. It has 51,000 miles. Full leather black interior. The interior does look pretty good in here. I don't see anything standing out to me. It does have a K&N sticker on the back, so it may have a little Kodiak intake in here. But if we just check out the back, it looks really good, really clean, nice leather. All you really need is some hubcaps or a new set of wheels, and you'll be good to go on this car. You got some nice space in the back. And that's a pretty decent, nice car. Oh man, we got the Italian job. We got a nice Mini Cooper here. Let's check out the Mini Cooper. And it is a stick shift. This is a 2005 Mini Cooper S, stick shift, no body damage really. You just got a little bit hanging down there, nothing too crazy. The bumper seems like it could be on a little bit better. It has 193,000 miles. You're missing a little fender piece there. Oh, it looks like the airbags are out on this one. Oh yeah, so the airbags are out on this one, so you're gonna need to replace the airbags. It's a stick shift, but it'll be a really good parts car if you ask me, because the inside is fairly clean. Need to stitch that back up, get everything reset, but from the looks of it, it doesn't look too bad. It looks fairly decent. What do you guys think about the Mini Cooper? Let me know in the comments below. We have a 2000 Mercedes S430 here. It does have 115,000 miles. And this is probably one of the best ones I've seen so far. You guys remember last week we seen like 3 of these, all the same color, all had suspension problems. But this one's got the tan interior. It smells like peppermint in this joint. I'm sure in 2000 this was the car to have. This thing looks like really ahead of its game to be a year 2000. But I mean, it is really spacious in here. Nothing wrong compared to the other ones that's on the market in this same area. And it actually has the newer S500 Mercedes wheels on it, so I'm sure the ride will be pretty smooth. They look like they might have took those tail lights off a silver S430, because they are actually painted silver for some odd reason. But all in all, pretty decent car here. Need a grill or some sort, nothing too crazy. You've got a 2001 Chevy Malibu here. This one has 200,000 miles. Needs a little paint work. Body's not too crazy. Inside is really dirty. It smells really old in here, really old and dirty, so I won't be getting in there. But I'm sure this thing right here will go for like 100 to 200 bucks, if that. Yeah, it just smells really old in here, guys, so not really a fan of it. But if you want a little gas saver and then just take a chance, this might work for you, because it doesn't really have any body damage. It does have this looks like they hit a valet pole or something, a yellow little pole right there. But I mean, it's for somebody out there, you know. We have a 1998 Maxima with 183,000 miles. Now this thing looks pretty clean. It's still got the original wheels from 1998 on this thing, like they were in New York or something like that. It has the steering column broken, so maybe this car has been broken into, or maybe been stolen over the decade or over the time of its lifetime. But it's pretty clean considering its year. We have some new cars here that doesn't look as good as this at all. So it's pretty fair. Not really too much major body work. Actually no body work. Maybe a little bit in the back, right in here, which is not bad. And you actually got a gold rim on here. Let me show you that too. But you actually got they tried to spray paint it gold, which I can see what they were going for. But I mean, if they had some more better quality gold paint, it would have worked. But that's that. We've got a 2004 Chevy Aveo with 127,000 miles. This thing is fairly decent looking. It already has 10 on it, being that this Vegas life requires your car to have 10 on it. You've got a baby seat in the back. Dang, so they took this from a mom who probably ran into the store or something. A bunch of her junk and stuff is in here still. It's really dirty in this thing. This thing needs a full-on detail. The back, just really dirty. Kids been playing in this thing all day. Yeah. But I mean, it's fairly decent. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. This week batch of cars is a lot more newer and I guess up to par than last week. But the body on this thing is fairly decent. You're gonna need a little gas cap there. But all in all, nothing too crazy. You got your chrome wiper blades, so you know when you're in the rain, I guess they can see you. We have a 2003 Infiniti Q35. The bumper looks to be off a little bit. Yeah, the bumper looks to be off a little bit. The rebar doesn't look to be too bad. Well, it actually doesn't look to be hit at all, honestly. Some suspension work may be needed. Oh man, this thing has 90,000 miles on it. Really, really dirty in the inside. Seats are whooped. I'm sure enough they probably don't even work. Just look at the back. This thing is freaking dirty as heck. They didn't take care of this car at all. Got cigarettes and stuff. Little freaking seeds or whatever, shells. Sunroof doesn't close fully. Yeah, this thing is really, really dirty, guys. And I don't want no parts of it, so yeah, I'll just give you a quick walk around. But I mean, the body seems pretty fair. It looks like this car might have been all matte black at one point, and they just peeled off all the matte stickers and stuff like that. But I mean, if you just want a lug nut broke, oh, okay, so the lug nuts broke on the other wheel. But if you just want a good car, if you just want a decent car and to fix up, you may be able to just salvage a bumper for that thing, clean it out really good, and who knows, when you start it, it might work out for you. So take that chance and let me know, guys, how it worked out for you. We have a 2006 Chevy Impala here. Already has the 10 on it. The body looks really good. It has 162,000 miles. No body damage really. Looks really good if you ask me. Nothing crazy that stands out in the inside, just a little light that you can easily push back up. The back is a little bit dirty, but that's expected. Nothing too crazy. And then the front actually has 3 seats up here. You don't really get that anymore, but it is a decent looking Impala here. Nothing too crazy. I don't know if it was hit on that side over there or it was broken in two, so we'll check that out really quick. But guys, it looks really good. Feel like this might be one of the better ones here as well. Oh yeah, I'm guessing they broke in right here. They broke in right here and popped this door open and got into it that way. But yeah, still not a bad buy, pretty good if you ask me. Still looks like a good car. 2005 Kia Spectra here. Looks pretty good, Maybe it was hit before and they just got new parts and got the car taken. It has 160,000 miles. The body is actually mismatched. Some parts of the car are flat black, some parts of the car are gloss black. But if you look at the inside of this car, oh my God, it's really clean in here. Like, this gray interior is so clean. You already know this is gonna be a pretty decent car. You're gonna need a radio there. I think this is gonna be a pretty good buy right here. Kia Spectra. No damage. It looks really good. It just needs like a fresh coat of like black paint and you're in the game. So you can probably take this thing to Mako and really get your money's worth at 160,000 miles. We have a 2002 Saturn L300 here. Body first on, looks fairly good. Has 133,000 miles. Let's check out the inside. And this one was took because it was parked so long. You can see it by that sticker right there. The interior is kind of whooped. Not gonna lie, this Saturn leather is kind of trash. But the back looks pretty decent. But yeah, guys, we don't want any Saturns. I don't even think they're still in business. I haven't seen a new Saturn in forever. But it looks fairly decent on the walk around. The body is pretty good. It does have the V6. We have a 1995 Dodge Neon here. You're gonna need a little light in the front there, or figure out how to stick that back on somehow. The fuel pump is bad on this one. This has 72,000 miles. It is a stick shift. Yeah, it is a stick shift. Back is tiny as ever. I'm sure they had some music in here. The radio is gone and the back is lifted down, so I'm sure they had a nice little boombox set up. But it is a pretty decent small car, if you ask. I'm sure they had some big 12s in there because it knocked the trunk. It's got the trunk sitting up a little bit, like it's not all the way closed. So, but yeah, we can check out this side. You can just see it's a pretty decent looking car, guys. It's not really bad. I would actually choose this over the Saturn, over the L300, but that's just me. We have another Saturn here. This is a 2001 Saturn SC1. It has 122,000 miles. Pretty clean looking body. Pretty clean. It is a coupe. Let's see. Does this, that's a cool little door here. So you got the doors that open like a freaking Phantom type. So the back seat is really cool because of these back doors. I really like how they opened it up back here, made access. They should have did that in the Camaro. But this is actually a nice Saturn here. I wouldn't mind having this Saturn. This is pretty cool. Regular in here, nothing too crazy that stands out. Everything is intact. Oops, gotta close. Back door first. Everything is intact on this thing. Pretty good looking car. You can see anything in the trunk. We got stuff in the trunk. It might not close because there's a box right there. But I mean, all in all, pretty decent Saturn here. Pretty decent Saturn. Oh wow, this must be the Saturn row because we got more Saturns. We got a 1998 Saturn SL1. Oh man, this must have been the actual action shot on the movie Next Friday when they was on the roof. It's like, look at my roof. Look at my roof. Play too much, man. So yeah, that roof, you can actually probably push that out through there and that will be all together. But I mean, but all in all, not really too much body work there. It is a fairly decent car. Pretty clean on the inside. But you're gonna need to get this bumper hooked back up. Then after that, you should be good to go. You got a Ford Taurus. This is a 1997 Ford Taurus. You got a little woo wham in the front here. You're gonna need fender. Looks like fiberglass under there. This one has 222,000 miles. The body is in fairly decent shape, I guess, besides that fender over there. Interior is a gray cloth. Pretty clean looking in here. Pretty clean looking. You got a bunch of like little trash and jelly and stuff in here. Yeah, I'm sure this car would go for freaking nothing, but yeah. Me personally, I wouldn't get the Ford Taurus, but if you like it, hey, it's yours. We have a 2000 Dodge Caravan, and I actually think this is one from a previous auction. But this one has 185,000 miles. Oh yeah, this is the one from the previous auction. See, it does have like the clean seats and all that stuff. Pretty decent car. Looks really good back there. I think we already saw this one, so I'm just gonna keep it fast and snazzy with you. Inside, fairly clean. Nothing too crazy here that stands out. But this thing sold, I remember, for like 250 bucks the last week. I guess nobody came and picked it up. We got a 2000 Nissan Pathfinder, and it looks like somebody went through the roof. It has 224,000 miles. Once you take that windshield out and switch it out, I think you'd have a pretty decent car. Well, I mean, by decent, I mean you won't have a car with a hole out like that in the front. But the seats are freaking ripped to shreds in here, dude. That seat is ripped to shreds. You don't have a headrest there. The back, it looks like they might have been camping out in the back of this thing. Seats are ripped up again, same problem there. The back is missing stuff. This is just gonna be an all-out, like, not goodbye here. Even for parts, you may be able to salvage a couple of parts on this thing. But all in all, you're just gonna have to leave it where it is. This thing is junk, but I mean, hey, if you need a Pathfinder, you can find this one for like 50 bucks, I'm sure. 50 bucks, guys. We have a 1991 Nissan pickup truck, and this one has a bad motor. We got some little tiny wheels on there, a couple little car parts in the back. Let's see, nothing in the back there. Pretty old car, mind you. This is like 28 years old, so you know it's not gonna be in the best of conditions, but the paint looks fairly decent compared to some of the paint jobs out here. Pretty decent truck. You can just swap that motor out, get a new little setup on here, you'll have a pretty decent looking truck. It's pretty decent, pretty cool. Here we got a 2000 Cadillac Escalade right here. The whole front clip is missing. Looks like the bar, oh yeah, that rebar is hanging off by a thread. Don't want to get that, I want to knock that off. This one has 136,000 miles. And this was the one that was in baller blocking. So if you seen Beatrice riding that truck, this was the truck he was driving. Pretty decent inside. I mean, it's a 2000 Escalade, so who really wants a 2000 Escalade? Like, the oldest Escalade you probably want to go is like a 05, and not even that. I would want to go like a 07 or 08, like minimum. But I mean, if you just want an Escalade just for the name, hey, this is your truck right here. Not too much damage. You can fix the front up, fix that window that's shattered right here, and then you should be good to go. But I mean, yeah, pretty decent truck for the right person. 2002 Buick Rendezvous. Bumpers hanging off here. Bumpers hanging off there as well. Nothing too crazy. We have leather and like a cloth-like interior. Gray interior, nothing too crazy. It is pretty dirty in this car. Pretty dirty. This thing is gonna need a full-on detail. Carpet clean, the whole nine. It does have third row seats back here. So I mean, I guess that's pretty cool, because more space means more buyers, I guess, huh? But if you just walk around it, the back looks fairly good. Not really no body damage except for the front bumper and stuff like that. But like little panels like that, nothing too crazy. This side looks fairly good. Really just needs to be clean, get shown some love. But yeah, that's a Buick Rendezvous. You're gonna need a wheel cap there. I forgot how many miles on this one. This one is unknown mileage, so you don't know the mileage. We have a 1997 Mercedes E420 on some 20s. E420 on some 20s. The mileage is unknown. You got a mirror hanging there. Nothing too crazy on the body so far. Pretty decent interior for the year. Got a little rip there. Got a sunroof. Gray leather interior. Smells just like a Benz. Nothing too crazy in here that stands out. See, yeah, if you had the right rims on here, the right stance to wheels, and like the right motor in here, oh man, this thing will look freaking beast. Real Japanese style. But this is the only body damage you have here. I don't know, it could be fixed. Something simple, nothing too crazy there. But that's the E420 for you. We have a 2002 Chevy Trailblazer. This isn't the SS. It was hit right here in the front, so that shouldn't be too bad of a fix. Honestly, it should be fairly simple. We just take a look at the back right here. You got like dirt and stuff on the floor, little Cheetos, little stuff here and there. Nothing too crazy. Got a little bike wheel back there. Nothing that really stands out other than that dent up there. I don't think that door opens. Yeah, I don't think the front door opens, but you got a little radio, little TV radio in there, so you might be able to make your money back on that. But this one's got 235,000 miles. We got a 2003 Ford F350 van. This thing has 204,000 miles. Looks fairly good. The body all around this side is really good looking. Inside doesn't look too bad. Can you just use a fresh wash? I'm sure this was a work van, so the wash was definitely not a priority. You got a little cage van here, a little cage there. I'm sure somebody was probably sleeping in there. Let's take a walk around back. Okay, so you got a little space back there. Nothing too crazy. You can set up shop for a detailing van or whatever. That might be a pretty good looking van right there. Or a pretty good selling van right there, rather. Looks really good. I think with a fresh clean, this van will sell for a decent price. Because I mean, it's really nothing wrong with the truck from what I can see. So we have a 2003 Ford Explorer. This one has 116,000 miles. It was hit in the front, so you're gonna need a new hood, maybe a new grill, and it was hit on the side over here. So let's see. Let's just check out this front driver's side while we're on this side. And this window might be broken. This thing is already open. The passenger airbag is blown. I'm sure this window was rolled down forever. It's like so dirty right there. Birds been like pooping on it and stuff, dropping loads. You got some coke right there. Nothing too crazy. You got tools in the back. Ford Explorer, 112,000 miles. If it runs, you may be able to sell the motor and get your money back. And it was actually hit right here in the back. I'm guessing they hit the back first and pushed it into another car up there. So that's actually that. But yeah, you're gonna need a passenger airbag there. Oh man, they got a classic Mustang here. This is it's a 1966 Mustang. Has the motor in it. I doubt it runs because this hose is not even hooked up to the radiator or anything. Really doubt it runs, but man, if you just see, I mean, it's really not that bad, because I mean, you can looking for like some rust spots, like some really rusted spots, but if you just check out the inside really quick, man, it's really good looking in here compared to a lot of these cars. And I think this car is gonna go for really cheap here at the auction today. So man, I'm really curious to see what this thing is gonna go for. If you just see the top, it looks really good up there. It looks like they might have already been in the process of restoring. They got the front grille right there too. Got the front grille. And the back looks really good too. Nothing that really stands out to me. Nothing crazy. It really just needs some really good body work and some really good TLC. I'm sure the original color was like either a silver or like a really light mint green type of color. If you pop this door here, you just look all down the center right here. It doesn't look bad at all. You got a few little old little looking spots right there. I'm sure it's pretty current, but when the last time they drove it, they had a radio in here. So this actually might be a decent buy right here. You already got the window trimmings and the weather trimmings and all that stuff. This is a decent car right here. I'm really curious to see what this Mustang sells for. So these guys got a bunch of old school trucks today, man. Old school cars. Look at this old school freaking thing right here. This is a nice looking truck. Now I don't know what kind of truck it is. Hold on, let's see. Oh, this is a 1954 Studebaker. Doesn't have the front end. Has the original motor, looks like. Got some nice decent seats in here. Definitely gonna need to be restored to the fullest extent. But I mean, you got the whole chassis here and the body. and it looks fairly decent. It looks fairly decent. I actually seen one of these at the LS Fest. It was looking like super crazy. Like they did everything on it. Oh, and the trans come right through the floor right there. Pretty cool old car though. Nothing too crazy. They've got a 2004 Hyundai Santa Fe with 155,000 miles. It's a stick shift, so we can actually hit the dirt roads up in here. This actually was a female car. You see all the hearts and stuff in here. So I'm sure it was a pretty decent car. Nothing really that stands out in here other than the seat covers. And it's all around a pretty good looking car. Pretty good looking car. You got a little tail light whoop up in there. You might need a little bumper, but that's really nothing, honestly. Pretty good looking car. The paint is a little bit faded right here on the edges. However, it's nothing a little Mako paint job can't fix. Yeah, it's really clean in here compared to the other cars here, guys. So I think this will be a really good buy here at 155,000, and your pretty little car lashes on there. So that'll be a cool little buy right there. We have a 2004 Ford Expedition here, 172,000 miles. Tan interior, guys. So you know what to expect. Ripped up, cut up seats. Radio's pretty cool, but it smells like crap in here. I don't know what they got going. They tried to stick some gator on there or something. They got the full limo tint on this thing, so you can't even see in this thing. But if you just take a quick walk around, the body's in fairly decent shape. Nothing too crazy, but this car is like, I'm sorry guys, this thing is junk. Like, it just looks like junk. It doesn't, like, most of the time I can see visions with cars I either want to buy or I'm going, or like, you know, I'm interested in. This thing I see no vision at all. So we've got a 2005 Chrysler with unknown mileage. Does have a little damage on the door here. I don't know why they tried to tape that up, but it's got a full leather interior. Got some paint and stuff over there on the door, but all in all, looks fairly decent. Leather interior back here. Third row is at the bottom right there. I'm sure that flips up. You have three TVs, two or three TVs in here. You got some paint over there. So all in all, this is more so an interior issue car. You need a little tail light there. Nothing too crazy though, guys. I think this will still be a pretty good van to work with, because you know everybody wants vans nowadays. Everybody wants bigger cars somehow, some way, and that's a pretty decent car. You don't know the mileage, but if it's running good, hey, I'd take a chance on it. So here we have a 2002 BMW 325. It has 157,000 miles on it. The body so far looks fairly decent. I don't see anything that sticks out. We got that tan interior, dirty steering wheels, cigarettes in the ashtray. It's just like, people really don't take care of their cars. Like, when you come to the auction, you really see how dirty people's cars be, because this is ridiculous. Sometimes it's like, oh my god, like, bro, seriously? But I mean, all in all, it's fairly decent. I haven't seen worse, and it's a pretty decent looking Beamer. It's not mangled up like the one was before, like the one from last week, the two-door. It's a pretty decent car. Pretty decent. You got the original BMW book in there, I'm sure. 156,000 miles though. 157,000 miles though. So it's a pretty good car, I'm sure. We have a 1978 Datsun pickup truck here with it looks like the original motor in here. Original motor, 720,000 miles. 720,000 miles. Pretty cool, decent seats. Nice little seat belts. Wow, 720,000 miles on this car. Still looking pretty decent. Nothing too crazy. Really could use a really good clean on it. But look at the paint in the bed. Pretty cool little Datsun truck. Reminds me of the Toy Story truck. Yeah, it's in really good shape compared to the other Datsun trucks I've seen before. And I actually think they probably just did this paint job themselves because they got overspray and stuff everywhere in this truck. But I mean, it is a pretty decent truck. I don't see any like bad rust scratches. The worst you got is like paint on the weather stripping, which you can replace the weather stripping and still win. But man, this is definitely the original motor in this thing. So I think that's a pretty good truck. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. We have a 2003 Infiniti M45. The mileage is unknown. They say this one don't have no spark or something. I don't know. But if you look at this interior of the Infiniti and look at the new interior, you'll see that not much has been done to upgrading the Infiniti dashboard and stuff, because it actually looks the same, and this is like 2003, so it's really not far off at all. This is actually a decent Infiniti. I never seen the inside of one of these, and they actually look pretty fair. They look pretty decent. Looks really, I mean, it's not a first choice of mine, but actually just looking at it and considering it is a pretty decent car. I'm sure this mirror, you probably have to get another one. Yeah, that one's whammed off. But I mean, the body, other than that, is in really great condition. So alrighty guys, we got another trailer here. I'm not sure what year this is, but this is definitely a bigger trailer than last week. This is the presidential trailer, and you guys just see the inside is definitely like Breaking Bad up in this joint. They got a whole little kitchen over there. This is a cool little trailer because you can actually set up couches and everything in here. I never really been in a trailer like that before, but you got a nice little, I guess, bed up there. Not really gonna go up, but this thing has a lot of potential here. So man, I wish I had a truck I can sit that trailer on. I wouldn't mind grabbing it and freaking setting that thing on a trailer outside of somebody's house or something. Go camp out at the beach or something, man. Last week the trailer went for like 50 bucks, so we'll see what this trailer goes for this week. And these are some of the cars, I guess, that were here last week. This is actually a 09 Chevy Aveo with 107,000 miles. It doesn't have no spark. Could honestly be a good car if you figure out that no spark problem. Seems like it'll be a pretty good car. You can probably research that, come back tonight and bid on it, but you're gonna need a rear bumper for this one. And you may be all the way good there. They already look like they got a fender up there. Oh wow. Got a big little dent in the door. Nothing too crazy. It can be fixed. Is it worth the fix? You tell me. Let me know in the comments below. 15, we have a 1996 Camry. This one, mileage is unknown. I'm sure this one, I don't think this one has a motor. Yeah, this one doesn't have a motor, but the interior is really clean in here. This will be a really great parts car. The interior is really clean on this one. This one does not have a motor, but it does look really good compared to a lot of cars out here. No body damage. So we actually got another Toyota Camry, but this one is a 99 Toyota Camry. This one has a bad motor as well, and we'll just keep the flow going. We have a Grand Am. We have a 2001 Pontiac Grand Am with a bad motor as well. We got We got a 2004 Kia Sorento with a bad motor as well. Well, actually missing parts, but it has 215,000 miles. This van is a 95 Windstar. It has a bad fuel pump. We've got a 95 Chevy Blazer. I'm sure all the front suspension is off. No motor in this thing. Motor is gone. So at this point, it's just a parts only car because the motor is taken out. So I don't know. I'll actually pass on that one. We got a 2000 GMC Savannah van. The motor is bad on it. It does look like a good van though. Looks pretty fair. Oh wow. We got a Toyota Tundra or something like that. Burnt up to crisp. Super burnt. We got it real good. There's nothing left of that thing. But yeah guys, the rest of the cars are pretty much junk. So no need to go through those. But yeah, that's going to be a wrap for today, guys. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. If you are subscribed, man, don't hesitate to share the video, like, and comment on the video. I will comment back to you. So appreciate everybody for hanging with me and rocking with me. And if you want to see what these cars go for, be sure to click the link below. That video will be posted right after this one. So peace, y'all.